We are at the beginning of a technological renaissance. Soon, we will move away from the limitations of a 2D screen and enter a more natural state for us humans in a 3D world. The technologies that will build the metaverse are here, and they are going to change our lives, just like internet did when it came. My name is Emma Ridderstad. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Warpen. We are an immersive tech company with a vision that anyone can learn anything from anywhere. But we're also a company that wants to create a more equal future in the technology industry. When I was a little girl, I used to love to pretend that I had superpowers. In my make-believe world, I could fly, have laser vision, or even visit space. And I think that is one of the reasons why so many people are fascinated by the concept of the metaverse. Here, only our imagination will limit us to what we can experience. And simply put, we can say that the metaverse is the next generation of the internet. We all know technology has an inclusivity problem. When the internet was born, the most transformative technology in history, it was primarily built by men, for men. From unrealistic female body standards in video game characters to racially discriminating AI recruitment tools. An industry composed mainly of white men will not succeed delivering those fantastic opportunities that we have. In my industry, only 5% of the startups are owned by women. And at the top, only 5% of the senior leadership roles are held by women. In US, women of color make up for only 4% of the computing workforce and almost no leadership roles. And this has consequences. When virtual reality headsets started to emerge on the market, women were twice as likely to experience cyber sickness. And not only due to hormones, but due to that the headset was sized and built according to the male anatomy. When women are underrepresented, a lot of technical decisions are made from a man's opinions, judgments, experiencing, resulting in biases. I understand my privilege, being a white woman born into an equal country like Sweden. When I started my company, I had a long parental leave split equally between two parents, free healthcare, and subsidized preschools. Still, succeeding in tech has been everything but easy. I've had to defend my tech interest and passion to almost every person I met in this industry. When I was younger, I really loved playing video games, which started by me and my brother playing Zelda for days nonstop. I later moved on to real-time strategy games. So I know firsthand how toxic the gaming environment can be for just being a girl. Now, over 20 years later, my daughters, who are 11 and 7 years old, they buy and decorate houses, do budget spreadsheets, adopt pets, trade with their friends, all online. And though things have changed, they still have to explain why they enjoy gaming or avoid harassments. And during the pandemic, we solidified these synthetic worlds for the younger people. The next generation will have two lives, one in this reality and one digital life. When we talk about the technology industry these days, we're talking about several different technologies that will build the metaverse. And just to be clear, the metaverse is not some science fiction fantasy. It's not some pixelated space for Mark Zuckerberg's avatar or a company selling NFTs. Instead, it's the evolution of the entire internet. And though it may take some time, the building blocks are being placed right this second. The metaverse has the potential to shape every experience that we have. From the things that we do on our screens to the things that we do in real life. Driven by new technologies, all developing simultaneously, like virtual and augmented reality, artificial intelligence, blockchain, 3D rendering. Everything that we do in 2D, we will be able to do in 3D. The metaverse will make life so much more straightforward, solving problems that we can't even imagine yet. Less time will be spent working, more time will be spent having fun, both virtually and in this world, and all while connecting with people from all over the globe. There will be no need for unnecessary business travel and commuting, but more time spent for well-being and connection. We will have the world's knowledge at our fingertips in ways that suit everyone, all embracing people's physical, emotional, visual, and hearing needs. And though a lot of the development right now concerns social media, gaming, NFTs, and don't get me wrong, it will be a lot of fun and come with great opportunities if it's built inclusively. But the real benefits for humanity will be in work, training, education, and experience. And just like the first internet revolutionized these areas, so will the metaverse. To give you an idea, by 2025, half of everyone on this planet will need to learn new skills or retrain due to the speed of technology. But the methods that we're using today are both costly and inefficient. How many Zoom meetings or e-learnings do we have to sit through? Training in virtual reality is not only more enjoyable, but it reduces work-related injuries with up to 45%. And you learn 4 times faster than any other traditional learning method that's out there. So these technologies that are coming, they will democratize and revolution training and learning. On average, we spent about 7 hours online across our digital devices per day. Our life, our friends, our health, our interests are all part of our daily lives. And given how all-encompassing the metaverse will become, it must be built inclusively. This is our opportunity to build a better future, where men and women and all genders are finally treated equals and have the same opportunities to succeed in the industry, something that we have failed with the internet so far. You see, the same problems that we're facing online will follow us into the metaverse if we don't think differently. And in fact, they will be enhanced by the very nature of the metaverse. For example, users' emotional connection to content that you can experience on a virtual reality headset, it's quadrupled compared to any other content on any other screen. So just imagine being bullied in the metaverse. It's not a very pleasant thought. But let's instead imagine using this quadrupled emotional connection for something good. For education and communication, of course, and as a therapeutic tool, but also in scenarios where we can experience something from someone else's perspective. Here, the metaverse can help us build empathy and understanding and promote inclusion. Something I think that we have lost with our flat 2D screens. As women in immersive tech, we need to take up the space and be visible and demand participation in the construction of the metaverse. We need to lobby for this to be a safe place for women and girls and all genders. And we need to open up for the same opportunities as there are for men. And it's not a question about being fair. It's a question about building the best possible version that suits everyone. And representation of women will not be enough. Participation and encouragement are just as important. And to achieve this, we must make sure that the career path becomes an attractive path for the coming generations. And women, we must mobilize. And I would encourage every woman who has a tech vision or a passion and think this is interesting to join a community. Example, an NFT community where women can help each other, learn from each other, and trade with each other. And men must finally become women's allies in this industry. Everyone will benefit from that. When we founded Warpin in 2016, we set out to integrate what virtual reality really brings to the table and what this industry needs. And that is balance and opportunities. For me, to be able to work with the things that I love and combine that with being a mother, I had to create an environment that allows that. But also open the door for women who has a tech vision and a passion, but maybe not a technical background. You see, building the metaverse is not only a technical question. It's a philosophical one. There's no doubt in my mind that the future is bright. The metaverse has the power to be an equalizer and a force for good. But when we're talking about all of these different technologies, we're all assuming it's about technology. In truth, its success will depend on us looking at this from a philosophical standpoint. What type of world do we want to create? The internet has changed government, healthcare, education, and even how we interact with our loved ones. The metaverse has a greater potential. So instead of only reacting to inequality, let's reflect and see how we can create real change and change old tech truths and make them more modern and more balanced. If the metaverse is designed correctly, it will be a life-changing resource. If it's misdesigned, it has the power to perpetuate inequalities. Maybe this time it can be different. And maybe the digital world can lead by example for our real world. Maybe we can build a world where all genders are treated as equals. So let's not do the same mistakes all over again. And the only way for us to do this is if we work together. So let's act now before this is too late. Thank you very much.